Welcome to the one, the only Danica Daycast! Episode 34. So, with today's episode of the... Are you laughing at me? I'm hiding away again.
Yeah.
Hiding.
Okay, turtle.
So, with today's episode of the Danica Daycast, we're continuing our October 3-year anniversary podcast series every Tuesday of October. Because we're ending the business, so we want to celebrate that we did 3 years, and that's pretty cool. Today's episode is a fun one. So on today's episode, the big thing that we're doing is we're going to talk a little bit about the things that ideas that we had, things that we considered that we never ended up fully going through with. You might notice I'm wearing a hoodie and Monica is wearing a beautiful construction worker orange colored sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Maybe this could have been a big Halloween seller. Who knows? You got a little pumpkin vibe going on.
Maybe.
So...
But otherwise, why?
Why? Yeah. So for those who don't know, we launched our small business on October 8th, 2021. But that's not like when we started working on Danica Daydreams. You know, it took us, I think, close to a year. I forget the exact date. We have it written down somewhere. I want to say November 2020, or at least somewhere around that time is when we really decided we're going to do Danica Daydreams. And we spent all of our time kind of researching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what that means is we had about a year of just trying out different products. We tell people like we spent like 6 months trying to find both the right like blank products, like the right blank shirts, and also trying to find the right providers for everything. And we've brought some of that with us today. So we're going to show a little bit of that off. You're going to see a little glimpse into what could have been. First of all, I want to say I have no idea why we ever considered this color. With some shirts, though, we have like similar colors that we ordered multiple times. This is the only one we have that looks like this.
It's kind of growing on me.
It's kind of growing on you, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of could have worked. We should have reconsidered this for like a Halloween kind of vibe. Like, ooh. You do look like a pumpkin. And the ginger hair kind of blends into it as well. You're my pumpkinica.
I'm a pumpkineer.
Yeah. And for people who can see, I'm wearing a hoodie. The hoodie, I think in a future episode, we'll talk about the specific blanks that we used. But the hoodie is literally, it's the same sweatshirt as this, but it's got a hood. It's got a pocket. I got a pocket. And you're like, where's the artwork, Dan? Where's the art? I got art on the back. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh. And, before we show off stuff, I want to talk about too. I've shown photos of this before, but one of the really fun times we had like early on with Danica Daydreams was there was one provider who we really seriously considered going with, who was local to Barrie. When we were in the process of talking, we were trying to figure out blanks. So she just lent us like 2 big like baskets or bags worth of like different t-shirts, different sweatshirts, that kind of thing. And I have somewhere on my computer like an hour or two of we filmed it like a fashion show.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, we did it like in our bedroom. I have a in my hand in the photos, and then in your hand too, because we take turns. It's a Guitar Hero 4 World Tour microphone. That's not plugged into anything, but it just felt like a fun kind of prompt. Felt like a fun prop.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm off today. My brain's broken. And yeah, we filmed a little fashion show, and honestly, that's one of like the really happy memories I have of like the early days. This would have been like January, I think. Maybe February.
We were just like looking at pictures and going like, haha, that was just funny.
No, but it genuinely helped us so much because we wanted to know not just does it look good, but a big thing, if you've seen me in markets, I might have told you before, like a big thing with our stuff is I need something to feel good. Me being autistic means that I'm, I got to think about how things feel. It's a whole sensory thing. And like, I remember being a kid and the tags on shirts would always bother me so much. So I wanted something that felt comfortable. It felt good to wear. And also, speaking of tags on shirts, do you remember too, another thing that this kind of ties in the theme of things that we almost did but didn't. I wanted so badly just to remove the tags on all of our shirts.
Yeah, but there's laws and stuff.
Yeah, there's laws that dictate basically like it has to say the country that it's from. And the trouble with that is the company that we're getting our blank t-shirts from, they source from a few different countries, and we couldn't just have one. We wanted like one like print on label that we would do. So we would have like pressed it onto the back of shirts. Like right now at the back of shirts it says Stay Strange. It would have said, you know, size small, here's the wash instructions, here's the country of origin, yada, yada, yada. And yeah, we weren't completely sure if we could keep it on or not. And yeah, we just decided, let's stay safe. So we left that little instruction thing on.
Yeah.
What a fun story. Okay. So first of all,
I was just like kind of getting bored. I was like, well, where is he going with this?
yeah,
But
please
okay.
interrupt me. One thing, I always feel so bad. Like, I have a tendency to talk a lot.
I know,
And-
but I have a tendency to let you talk, and
Yeah.
then like it could go on forever.
The tough thing for me is I can see it when I'm editing. I don't always realize it while we're filming these.
So sometimes I feel like you can see it on my face, but then I remember you can't really.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I think one thing I've said. Oh, interesting. This is a Gildan. One thing that I've said before is like sometimes I do notice that I've gone on too long, but I don't always recognize when that point was or like what part is too far, and it's like I'm still trying to get through my thing. One thing that always bothers me too is when I'm trying to like explain something, and I think the way neurotypical conversation goes is like I ask a question, you ask a question, I ask a question, you ask a question, we bounce boop 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 boop. But being autistic, the way that I like to talk is I have this thing I want to tell you, and I want to tell you this thing, and then afterwards you
And
tell
then
me
it's
your
like
thing.
a big speech.
I just want to give a complete answer.
Yeah.
And one tough thing is like I've had so many times where I have a 4 or 5 minute story I want to tell, but every 20 seconds somebody asks me a question about it, and every question has a 2-minute answer, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I've been talking for 30 minutes, but I'm only like 3 minutes into the story I've been trying to tell. And every time someone asks me another question, I'm like, sure, yeah, there's this, yada, yada, yada. I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you, blah, blah, blah. But now let me get back to this. And people are like, Dan, you've been talking too long. I'm like, I know, but I haven't told my 4 minutes. I just want to say my little story, and that's it. So
Okay.
yeah, anyways, that's, this might be one of those times. So we showed some of these off the other day on October 8th when we did our 3-year anniversary since launch. I made a little Facebook post that showed off some pictures from the early days, and some of these shirts are here. Some of these you saw in more pristine condition. First of all, I just want to see, are these both? Ooh, that's a difference. First of all, you can see 2 different colors of yellow shirts that we'd considered. Now, the interesting thing is this one's by a company called Gildan. I'll just tell you what they are. This is a Gildan 6400. This is a Bell Canvas 3001. The Bell Canvas is what we ended up going with, although we ended up going with a different color one. So right off the bat, you can kind of see there's a shift in color between these two. I want to take a quick look at these as well. These may or may not have been printed at different providers. So here, hold it up again. So you can also tell that not just the shirt color is different, but the artwork also has,
Yeah,
it's printed differently.
We were trying different providers with the designs.
Yeah.
For
And,
these shirts.
and one really tough thing for us was always, how do we get the printed artwork to look as close as possible on a shirt to when we print it on a sticker or a pin or...
I remember this one being like not the right color.
Let's hold it up. This guy here?
Yeah, that guy.
Well, they're both off. This
They're
one's a
both
little too
off,
light.
but
This one's the other
this
one's a little
one's
too
a
dark.
bit
You have to hold it up. They
yeah.
can't see it on the table.
Sorry.
The other one's a little too dark. And can you show a little bit of the t-shirt that you have?
Yeah.
Because it'd be cool to kind of compare the color. So
So yeah.
you can see here there's
that one's a bit closer though, right?
but none of them are the
no,
same. So we
none of
tried
them
like
are the
3
same.
different like shades of yellow. And then also blue. If I had some hindsight, or if I planned ahead, whatever the words are, I would have brought out the blue shirts that we do sell now. But here's a different blue shaded one. And also you can see this one didn't really survive the wash too well.
Yeah.
And
because we all tested them and these ones seem to like outlast, but this one like first wash, like bleh.
That's the thing. So I guess I said two things we were testing before, right? The way that it looks and the way that it feels. Another big thing for us was the way that it washes. And that's ultimately why, one of the leading reasons why we ended up switching providers after Collection 5. But yeah, so there's a little glimpse at this. You can see the shirts. One thing that I think is exciting is the stuff I have in this bag here. There's lots of little things. One right off the bat is, oh no, wait, did I forget it upstairs? I forgot things upstairs. Monica, can you do me a favor? I'm going to stand up and go. Can you look in that camera and maybe sing them a song or tell them a story? I'll be right back.
Oh, Daniel is leaving and I'm all alone here. It's lonely when Daniel runs off. When Daniel's not here, I have to fill in for his pickle butt.
You say my pickle butt? What?
Yeah, I don't know why.
What does
Something
that mean?
came over me.
Anyways, what I came to grab was this. So we tested out different pins in different sizes. So this was our normal size of pin that we did end up deciding to sell.
Yeah.
Right? There's this guy here. So this is cool too. You can see same pin, probably from two different providers. That's my guess. The yellow is different here.
Yeah.
And the artwork as well. Once again, you can see one's darker, one's lighter. The cool thing though is when you look at the different sizes of pins. So we considered 3 different sizes. There's this little guy right here, and I kind of love this. I have this on my guitar strap. I don't know how we would have sold these. Maybe we could have sold these in a pack. You know, you get 5 for whatever price. We have the medium size here, which we ended up selling. And we got this like big guy. We had a name for this. Wasn't it like the big one, or was we had some kind of
macaroon something?
If that was ever the name, that came from you 1000%.
Mega macaroon.
I love it. I don't know. A part of me now kind of wishes that we did end up selling these. My guess, the reason we probably didn't is
well, we decided to make them in-house. And
there were a few reasons for that. One was quality control. Another one is just the cost. If you were to order these in bulk, maybe you'd get a good price. But we were looking at like a print-on-demand model because we didn't know, is somebody going to order only one of these? Or are we going to have like 50 people order some of these? Like what's going to happen? So we ended up not going with this little guy. I love this though. I do have one on my guitar strap. We decided on this guy right here. And not this guy. I like this guy too. I don't know when we would have done it. It's like the size of those like
also,
great big, like I voted for so-and-so like political kind of like pins.
And I don't see people buying it too because it's too big.
Yeah. But originally we sold our pins for $10 each instead of $5 each. I feel like this is a $10 pin.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's like a yeah. And though even then I remember we had a deal. Oh, it was so confusing how we price things. That's one thing I learned early on is like, once again, sometimes I just talk too much. And at markets, I'd go, yeah, so the pins, they're $10 each or 3 for 20 or 5 for 30. And then if you want the stickers, they're $5 each or 5 for 20 or whatever. And it was too many things. It was too complicated.
Yeah.
And when we switched over to just pricing the exact same as we priced stickers, it became a lot easier because we were able to say stickers and pins, $5 each, 5 for 20, you know, pick what you want out of it. And yeah, give people a chance to mix and match. But it was cool. And yeah, so we eventually decided to not do pins print on demand and instead to do them in-house. And we did them in-house. Worked great for a long time. Then our machine broke. Wah, wah, wah. The sad thing, or the one thing that made it a little tricky with the machine is that like the machine is made for one specific size. So we never had the option of like, oh, we'll have like a smaller pin and then we do a larger pin and this. You're locking it into one size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then here, there's something exciting I want to show. I want to save the best for last. There's this. Oh, that might have our address on it. I gotta. Hey, Dan, when you're editing this, make sure I didn't just flash our home address. These right here are some stickers that we considered.
I thought that with these stickers, like the edges were too big, like the white stuff.
Yeah, so you can see these are old stickers. I don't know if it comes up on the camera or not, but one big issue we had with these stickers at the time is it didn't make sense in terms of cost for us to sell an individual sticker with like a print on demand business model, which ultimately is another reason why we ended up just doing them in house. But what we considered for a while was just selling a sheet of stickers. You know, you buy a sticker sheet for whatever price it might be. But as you can see here, the issue is you have to separate the stickers so much on this one sheet. Otherwise, it kind of just forms, this whole thing is one big massive sticker. Eventually, they were kind enough to like, you know, reprint it for us, and the reprint version would have been separate stickers. But yeah, it's just cool to see. You got any sticker memories?
I remember those mega ones, but I don't know where we put
Yeah,
those.
I don't know where it went either. Because you have like a really big one on your like your notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things in the photos I uploaded. Hey, Dan, watch out for that address again. Okay, there's a few things. I have to say that, though, just in case if I'm like, you know, just being careful. Anyways, there's...
Watch out!
Watch out! And then the other exciting thing... Here, you get those, I get this. Another exciting thing that we considered was... Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
Phone cases. In this one here, there's even there's a little camera thing taped into it. I think I did that while I was at work, or a coworker suggested it to me or something for potential product photos. And with this guy, what was the difference between these two? Is this just different providers? You can tell the shade is different. Like this is a better print overall. It's more vibrant. You get deeper blacks,
there's
I think.
one that's just matte and the other one is shiny.
Oh, that's definitely it. Yeah, you're right. We looked at a matte phone case and a glossy phone case. We also looked at a clear phone case too.
I kind of like this one.
Yeah. These are for some kind of iPhone, maybe an iPhone 8? I can't even remember. But that was the tricky thing. That was one of the big reasons why we never ended up doing this.
Because it was just been like, I don't know.
There's too many phones. So if it was
that's the thing.
If it was print on demand, I can't actually remember why we didn't do these with print on demand. Maybe we wanted to not have too many product categories.
It might have been the price too.
It might have been the price. A lot of print on demand products are expensive.
Because I remember you said something about if like we have it on, but then people never order, and then the one time, and then it costs a lot, and then
yeah, I can't even remember which provider this is from. I don't know if this is Printful or if somebody was found on Printify. But yeah, we never ended up going through with this. It's something that if we really wanted to, we could have found a way, I'm sure, to do it in-house, or at least like bulk buy them and have them. But the other thing is, there's so many different phones out there. Everybody has a different phone. Even the iPhone, right? There's like different size versions of the same iPhone every year that comes out. And yeah, it didn't quite make sense. But it's one of those products I was looking at, I'm like, yeah, that would have been cool. And then we also have products that we considered that we never actually got samples of. I mean, one big thing that we talked about before that a lot of customers asked us for was hats.
Yeah.
I thought it could have been cool to have
bucket hats and the
bucket hat, a beanie as well could have been fun.
Yeah.
But by the time that like a lot of people were really requesting that, I think we knew that we needed to move away from print on demand. Meaning if we were going to have those hats, that's another product that we have to carry. And that's another product that we have to keep stocked. Right. And if you think of, you know, each and every collection that we have, it would have been too much overhead, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked. What's something else that we considered that we didn't end up doing? in terms of products?
Leggings.
Leggings, yeah.
Yeah. And now I would have had to do like different designs for that.
Well, that's another thing that we were considering. Dan, check the address. Okay. That's another thing that we...
Because I would have had to done like a whole other set of designs just for the leggings.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we decided it wasn't really worth it.
Well, okay. So I remember conversations we had about this. So the leggings, it might have worked if we were doing print on demand, right? If it was something that we didn't have to keep like available stock of, if it was just something where a customer places an order, it goes out to Printful, for example, in the GTA, they fulfill it, they ship it out.
Yeah.
All good. We never see it. We never touch it. The issue, though, is once we knew that we weren't going to do print on demand anymore, that option kind of went away. And if I remember right, I think they were very expensive to do.
Yeah, because they were like all over prints, and we were considering that for shirts too. And
yeah, do you want to talk about what all over prints are?
So it's when everything, like the whole design is everywhere.
Yeah, like it like wraps around you. It's not like these. I'm expecting a print to be here. It's not like those, you know, where there's it's in one specific place, whether it's on the front or the back, like my hoodie here. Ooh, I'm not turning, whatever. Yeah, it would wrap all around, like leggings, for example. And there's one collection that since the very beginning we had planned would be an all over print collection, an entire collection of it. Which one was that, Monica?
The little peep.
The little peeps.
Yeah.
That was why during collection, before we launched, you'd already drawn the little peeps, right? It's why we hint at it in our collection 1 video. And I remember us having conversations about like, maybe we could do all over prints, and wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be exciting? We could do it on leggings. We could do it on shirts. I think we talked about backpacks for a little while. Like there were all these different products that like it could have worked on, but it only makes sense either if you're a business that's getting a consistent high volume of orders so that you can buy in bulk, like you're ordering quite a few at once, right? To get a good price, then you resell it, yada, yada, yada. Or if it's print on demand and we decide we want to move away from it. But yeah, the original plan with the little peeps was all over prints.
Yeah, and it just didn't plan out.
Yeah.
Because then we switched because of the washing stuff.
Yeah. But it would have been cool to see like Danica Daydreams leggings. And I think our rationality of like not doing it immediately was we're just basically saying, look, we're trying to start off
like simple.
Kind of simple, and then we'll grow to it later. Just like conversations we had even last year about things like hoodies and hats and that kind of stuff. Like we're not there yet, but maybe one day we will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I always thought that would have been cool. That's like the alternate universe where like that happens would be like a cool one to live in, you know, where you see someone walking around, they got like peeps all over their body, you know, and like peeps. Do we ever look into socks? That's another thing that you could all over.
Yeah, we did look over socks, and we could have done it very easily too, but
then someone's probably paying like $20 for a pair of socks.
You thought that it was too much to charge for socks.
So I think it would have been too expensive. I think it would have been too difficult. But I like the idea. I like the idea. I don't know. Are there any other products that we considered?
I think that's all.
Yeah.
I think
it's all that we've seriously considered.
Yeah.
Early on, we looked at many, many things. But pretty quickly we narrowed it down. And then there were just, you know, these little things that we had in the back of our heads. Like, oh, maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll do that. That kind of thing. Another thing we considered doing too was going to be, you know, print on demand for prints. And we tested out different sizes of prints, try to see what worked.
Oh, yeah.
That was another thing though, where
it costs too much.
It costs too much. You'd be paying so much just for and it was usually a smaller print that was available, and the quality wasn't as good as what we ended up doing.
Yeah, and it was weird. It was like shiny. It was so shiny. I don't know.
I think we tested out like glossy papers and matte papers.
Yeah, but it was like so shiny that like you could see like a reflection in it or something.
Yeah, it just, from a price standpoint, it wouldn't have worked out. Like, it made more sense to us just kind of print in-house. And I had a was going to say, and still have, although we really need to get rid of it. I have now, it's an old busted Canon Pro 1 printer, but that's what we were using for years to make our prints. We ordered a sample pack of paper from a company called Red River, and we tried out, we printed the same image on like 20 different types of paper until we found just the right one that worked. But then we were able to sell something that we knew was of high quality. I would tell people at markets, like, this is the best way to own the art because this is the first product that we make, you know? And when somebody else is doing the printing, you don't have that confidence in the quality.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
Like, I know when we outsource stuff, sometimes we catch little things. We go, okay, cool, we're not selling it. Like, other people might sell it, but we are not selling it because there's this one little minor issue. And even with these art prints that you'd make, right? Sometimes there'd be one little spot somewhere on it. We go, okay, cool. We're not selling that. We're not going to. Another thing I'll say too is it's always been so expensive to ship those out.
Yeah.
One of
with those tubes.
We got to send them in the tubes. Yeah. I think so. We charge a flat rate of shipping of $7 because in my mind, it never made sense to discourage the customer from buying more.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I didn't want, like, if we pay more for shipping, they should have to pay more for shipping. That didn't make sense. My thing is always like, let's adjust the price for a product so that it covers the cost of shipping a little bit. And that's what we did with the art prints. That's why the art prints were like $45, which I stand by it. I think it's a very fair price for what you get. And I've been told by another artist that we should even raise our prices. But the most expensive thing with those prints wasn't the print itself, usually. It was a big chunk of it. The most expensive thing was usually just shipping it out.
Yeah, and that cardboard tube thing was so expensive.
Our shipping cost was $18 or $19. I can't remember if that's just the shipping cost or if that includes the cost of the tube and the other things.
Yeah.
But just for that, whereas other products, it's nowhere near as bad. Yeah. And then another thing we consider too early on is we always talked about, like, Danica Daydreams was going to be, we would start off, the idea at first was we would start off selling art that was more yours, and later on we would bring in art that was more mine, you know?
Oh, I thought it was the other way. I thought we, like, from like the start, we pitched like selling art together.
So early on, that was the plan. Early on, the plan was, you know, there's one section of the store that's like, here's the dance section. Here's a section of the store that's like, here's the Monica section. But I'm the one that really pushed for, no, let's start off just with you, and maybe we include my stuff later down the line, because we wanted it to feel cohesive. I'll throw up on screen some of the stuff that I've done. Mine's more, I like to take photos and then I manipulate them in Photoshop. And I love the stuff that I've made. I'm proud of a lot of it. It's a different style and it's a different type of art compared to the stuff that you're making. And we didn't want to kind of like confuse and overwhelm customers. We wanted to have like a clear and concise collection of art.
Yeah, but I remember like trying to push you and trying to make it like a reality.
Yeah.
Because like I felt like this was like a project for like you and me, and I wanted us both to be involved like in the artistic process.
Yeah. But, and later on it became that, like, the first few collections are very Monica driven, and then later on there's input from me.
Yeah.
So we got the Dan aspect of Danica in that sense. But yeah, one idea that I have, my friend named Brendan, one of my best friends of all time, he pitched this idea that I thought was hilarious, which is manuals, menswear, and also women's wear. And I never told my buddy this, but I wanted to do it as an April 1st thing. And I wanted to have the most bizarre products. Oh, one thing that I wanted to, I don't know if I've told, I'm sure I've told you this.
Was it like the kid drawings that you were going to do, or?
There were a few things. There was one that was like an inside joke specifically directed to my friend, which I won't spoil here. Another one was, I forget the words. It might have been like, oh wow, or something. But I was thinking like we would, for April Fools, for 24 hours, we would change the site from Danica Daydreams to Manual's menswear and also women's wear. It's just these bizarre products. And one of them was I wanted to have like, say one word into one microphone and one word into another microphone repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again, and then sell them as like 2 different CDs. Or maybe there's also a third option of you can get like them like together on one track, right? So it might be like, oh, wow. And like you could buy just the OCD or the Wow CD, or you could buy like the remix, which is like maybe the left ear is O and the right ear is Wow. And that's something I wanted to do. Oh, and also speaking of other products, we talked about this last week, having like a 420 collection with Lazy River smoking a bit, and he's got like red eyes and all that.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons too why we never ended up selling children's sizes. Because we never saw ourselves as like a kids brand. We saw the art as something that like a lot of kids like, but we never wanted to be like.
But sometimes it scares them. Like sometimes
it does, and it's great to see. I
like,
love it.
They start like
you can see the fear in their eyes,
wanting to cry, or like they're like, and then they like slowly back away, or like, do you want a sticker? And they're like, and then they just leave.
Yeah, but some kids love it right away. You know, it totally depends. But yeah, we just wanted to do some weird stuff, and then there were talks of what future collections would be, but that's more talking about different art and not different products. So I feel like that's different. Yeah. Another thing that I talked about this on the fucking PS3. We got a PS3. I'm probably going to cut this off, but just in case I don't, here it is. We got a PS3 with one of the controllers just randomly turns the console on. And it's just out of nowhere.
Driving him insane.
Beep. Yeah, anytime I go down here, I see, oh, the PS3's on, PS3's on, PS3's on. That's separate. No, one thing, we talked a bit about this last time, and we'll talk a bit about it again. So I talked about in the last week's episode how during Collection 3, my buddy Colin stepped in because there's somebody else who was supposed to be in that collection, and they ended up kind of ghosting us. And I'm not going to say who they are. I'm not looking to cause any but we were in talks. So part of those talks where we were discussing like what the art would look like. And we considered doing almost like a Collection 3.5, which would have been, they requested like one piece of art, which would have been, I think, a picture of their cat or something kind of in your style.
Yeah.
And I think we agreed to it. We talked about it. And then it never happened. I'm kind of glad that it never happened in the end, because the time that it would have taken just to make that 6th piece of Collection 3, which is what it would have kind of been, was time that was better spent, working on Collection 4.
But I have like drawings and stuff.
Really?
I think so. I don't know where I put them.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
If you ever see them, I want. If you ever find it, show me. I want to see it. We won't show you, ha ha ha. But I want you to show me. That would have been so cool. But we planned on doing, because it wouldn't have just been like that one piece of art. Another thing that we would have done for us is a new collection video, and the new video would have been Colin's character. After going, you've killed my husband. Oh no, I need to leave.
And then like.
Yeah. Colin's character would have been revealed in a future video to be like a secret double agent working for Octodan.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if we were going to like explicitly show Octodan or if it was going to be like the shadow of him. It was an idea that I don't know if we fully ever put on paper, but I remember going on walks with you and we would talk about like, what if this happens? What if this happens? What would we do this? What would we do that? To kind of plant the seed that Octodan from Collection 1's actually the bad guy. Because you don't really see that until Collection 7, I don't think.
Yeah, and you wanted to hint at it that like Octodan's like bad guy.
Yeah, there's something going on there. Yeah. But in the end, I'm glad things worked out the way that they did. I've got really no hard feelings towards the person that we planned on being in our video and ended up not being in our video. I get it. That's just kind of life. That's the way things go sometimes. And yeah, it's just it's cool to look back at all the things that like could have been, you know.
Didn't you have like other stories that you could have put in and you decided not to?
For what? For the collection videos in general, or for that one? Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go through and look through my notes. There's interesting stuff that I've written down that never made the final page. Like there's at the end of the Octobear video, I wrote you a massive, massive, massive speech.
Oh yeah, well we had to cut that down because I was not gonna memorize all of that.
Well, yeah, I'm like, hey Monica, I'm going to read you the speech, and you start looking at your watch, and you're like, Dan, we're like 6 hours into the speech. When I woke up, it was bright and early. Now it's like the next day. I don't know what's happening. You think that's a little exaggeration?
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
It was just.
It was like 2 pages in my notebook, I think. But like, so you're.
Yeah, but it was wasn't it 1.5 pages or something? I don't remember.
Something like that. The specifics don't matter. The point is, it was too long of a speech. So we considered for a little while doing a very long speech that would have gone at the end of Octobear. I'm sure if I go through my notes, there's little things we never picked up. One interesting thing is I really wanted the Little Peeps collection to be collection 10. I thought that would be a cool number to wrap that up on. So I have a notebook that has, by this date we're going to do this collection, this day we're doing this. So I've written down collection 7, 8, 9, and then, you know, when it was a deadline thing, we realized. The funny thing is I feel like the collections ended up taking us longer and longer as we got along, but that's because we were doing better and better work and we were noticing all the little details more, becoming perfectionists more.
Yeah.
Right. So we've talked before about how difficult it was that we did collection 2 in 6 weeks, but still we did collection 2 in 6 weeks. We did collection 6 and 7 in a year. Right. So we did 2 collections over about 6 months average. Actually, that's probably not quite true. I think we did them about 10 months. 9 or 10 months. My point is the later collections took us longer because we knew what to look for more and we were finding it more.
Yeah.
Right. And we're becoming perfectionists. So yeah, we had scrap plans for that. I've spoken to you before a couple times about what I thought a collection 8 could have been. And I don't think I ever wrote it down, but I think I might have like a video of me talking about it because that's when I don't have a notebook. That's my notebook. I just pull my phone and I'll be like,
I find it annoying sometimes because like we're like chilling and it's like we're just like spending time together late at night. And then like out of the blue, like you get out your phone, you're like, I have an idea, I can't let it go.
I'll go and then okay, so here's what it is.
And then like you spend like a whole like 5 minutes like doing just like talking about your idea on the phone and like you're holding your phone up and it's like a whole thing and then like you're like, oh my god, like gotta do this right now, like no time to interact.
It's a minute. It's a minute or 2 at the most.
Yeah, you're cutting our interaction time
by a minute or 2.
Yeah,
you can spare it.
No, we can't.
So yeah, no. So that was. We have had talks about collection 8 and what that would look like. Oh, and then also if you look at our collection 4 video, maybe collection 5 as well. Actually, I think with both of those. My suggestion to you was like, so we need to add like other background characters. In collection 4, that was the people who were like going into Piccolopolis.
Yeah.
And then collection 5, I can't remember if this was the same intention or not. This might have been more just to throw people off. The one place to see it is like the mural of all the people
in the back of Burial Paradise.
Yeah. And I said, have creatures that are going to be from previous collections we've already seen. Have some that will be. You think that we already know will be in future collections and have some that you think might be in future collections. So we have like, there's like a dragon, there's like an elephant, there's
also like if you,
and then some just for fun.
Yeah. This is something I did unintentionally, but it's there.
It's there.
So like,
what does that mean?
So, you know, in collection 4 in the pickle collection.
Yeah.
There's an elephant that turns into a pickle.
I think that's Sue.
Yeah, and then like water melodies. You remember the elephant?
Wait, is that the same? No, that's not the same elephant.
No, it's not the same, but it's kind of like the same idea because it's like a fur, like elephant with like fur.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
don't
of
think
like
you've ever
the
told
same,
me that before.
It's kind of like the same idea.
Huh.
And that's where like that drawing derived from there.
Yeah. That's really cool. No, I don't think you've told me that before.
Yeah.
I love that. At first I thought you were saying it's the same elephant, and I'm like, it's not, because
it's not
that
the
one looks like it's
same.
on crack.
It was just like a different it was like derived from the same idea.
Yeah.
And like that's what like led to like that elephant being in that piece.
Yeah.
Because like I was really in love with the Sue old lady pickle.
Old lady Sue.
Old lady Sue. At Marcus, I would just give her to people and just be like, hey.
You would always be like, I'm looking for my favorite. I'll give you my favorite. But then because of that, we'd run out of her right away.
Yeah, I know. I was so bad with that.
You probably just should have printed a whole sheet of Sue.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, she was
saved me
one of the
the
best.
time.
Yeah. That and the evil pickle man.
Yeah.
I find it funny. The other day we're in Arts Market, which by the way, I should let people know. If you like our stuff and if you want to see it in person before you buy, time's running out. The last chance you'll have to do that is these next few weeks. You can go into Arts Market in Toronto. I believe it's at 662 College Street. If it's not at 662 College Street, I've got it down right here. Woo!
Woo-hoo-hoo.
But I believe it's at 662 College Street in Toronto. And yeah, basically, we have a little space there where we're selling our stuff. With the business ending, it didn't make sense for us to stay in there. So we will be moving out on November 3rd. But that means if you want to go see our stuff in Toronto, check it out, buy it, yada, yada, yada. You have up until November 2nd. And then the 3rd, we're coming in to take it away. So it is sad to leave that store. I really love it. Like,
yeah,
especially the manager. I think she's the manager there. The woman we always see.
Yeah.
The manager there is amazing. We've also met the owner, Daniel. I really like that guy. He has a fantastic name. And I really like that store. I'm glad we're there. It's sad that we're going. With the business ending, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
And especially because we've already had moments where customers have requested something that we only have available in that location right now that we don't have on our website. So shortly after we bring everything back, we'll be adding that to stock on our website.
Yeah.
But Arts Market, please, if you live in Toronto, check it out. Even if you don't buy from us, honestly, just go there. There's so many incredible artists and artisans there. Like, it really is an honor for us to be in that store.
It's a great place to do like some early Christmas shopping. Great
place for gifts. Anything you buy there, you're supporting small businesses. And if you like vintage, their whole basement there is just like vintage stuff. I've bought Christmas gifts for other people there. I bought you an anniversary gift there.
Yeah.
For our wedding anniversary. Bought you a nice candle of two people hugging. Do we have it here, actually? Is it over there or is it upstairs?
It's upstairs.
Okay, whatever.
In my room.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love it. So if you want to check out our stuff in person, that's going to be your last opportunity. We're not doing any more markets or anything. So you have up till November 2nd. And after that date, honestly, just go to the store because it's a good store. They're not paying us to say that. There's no, I genuinely like the people that work there. I have so much respect for, I know what it takes to start a small business and to put yourself out there. And I have so much respect for everybody who does. And beyond all that, beyond all that stuff, it's just great products. And it's a variety of products you don't find other places. So check it out, Arts Market. And they got like 3 other locations. Go on their website. You'll find out where the other ones are. Woohoo. Really cool store. Oh, another thing. We were in talks to be in a different store. I don't want to say what that store would have been because I won't say what it would have been. I thought about it because they kind of released some information, but I don't know what was public and what was private. But we're in talks of being in a different store also in Toronto that had a similar model where you pay a monthly rent, put yourself up there, they sell it for you, give you the money after.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I think that's all the time we have. Unless do you have any other thoughts about products that we?
I think we said it all.
Yeah. Hey, can I check your watch for a second?
Oh.
What time is it? What time is it, Monica? What time is it, Monica?
It's drawing time!
It's drawing time! So, for those of you who don't know, drawing time is a time...
Come on, they all know now.
For those of you who don't know, drawing time is a time when we...
Draw!
So, what we did is we wrote 6 ideas down in this squid head. We're going to
shaking time.
Monica's going to shake it. I'm going to pick, and we'll draw whatever we pick. If you have an idea, comment it below and let us know, and we'll throw it in the hat, and we might just pick it next time. And we'll probably throw it in the hat.
Shake!
If it's like
Shake!
an old naked man rubbing mayonnaise over himself.
Okay, Daniel.
I'm just saying.
Okay, you pick one before you say something else.
I think I've said all I need to say. Old naked man with mayonnaise. Maybe that's what I'll write next time.
No.
Imagine all the comments on this are old naked man with mayonnaise. Oh, it's one of yours. That's good.
What does it say? Oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's a half witch, half robot flying on a blank. You have to just decide what it's flying on.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know how to write witch at the time because my brain and translation.
Whatever. And he got dyslexia. Ha 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 ha.
Oh.
Not like ha ha ha, more like I'm making fun noises. I want to be clear. We are a pro neurodivergent company here. Because I got autism in my bones and Monica's got dyslexia in her fingernails.
What fingernails?
I don't know.
What?
Maybe that's where they keep it. Who knows? What does autism in my bones mean? The doctors haven't found out yet. How is that camera still on? I haven't heard that one shut off. Have you?
I don't know. Maybe.
And then right after, I'll go clunk. I'm sorry, but no matter how hard you try, I'm going to win this one. I'm going to win. Don't look. That's cheating. Do witches have wands?
Sometimes. But most of the times it's just a cauldron.
I could draw a wand easier than a cauldron.
And a potion.
I saw a video of 3 Days Grace playing live. You know, now that they got the others, like the original singer back. You know, they're singing the songs together at the same time.
It sounds weird to me, but okay.
I feel like they should do it like Oasis style. You know, one guy sings some songs, one guy sings the other.
Yeah.
By the way, I got Oasis tickets. Bo, 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 bo. I'm really excited. And I'm done. How far are you? Are you close?
I'm still deciding what to do for what she's writing on.
See,
for some reason, I'm stuck.
That's the first thing I did.
I'm stuck. I'm really stuck. Why did I do this to myself?
Yeah, you picked it.
I did this to myself.
You know what one of my ideas was? You want to know it?
What?
Moon glasses. So you know there's sunglasses that make things darker? This would make things brighter. I got my finger in here like I'm fingering the mic's anus? Is that right? Is this something?
I'm done.
Is this? Oh, okay. You're all done, Monica?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't I see yours first?
Okay.
Show me what you got.
I did a
Okay.
So she has like a robotic laser eye, and then I made her fly.
Can you bring it back a little bit more?
I made her fly a carrot.
That's cool.
Because of our carrot video.
Yeah, I like it. Carrots.
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 Yeah, and I just like her laser eye. I don't know. I didn't have.
It looks like she's rubbing
I didn't have
her.
a lot of ideas.
It looks like she's rubbing her huge carrot cock.
Okay, Daniel. No, that's all I can think about. Daniel.
Look, and she's so happy about it too.
She's very happy. She's very happy. Okay.
Yes.
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 We've seen that she's very happy.
Yeah.
You don't need to specify.
She's very happy.
You don't need to specify.
She's got both hands on it.
Okay, you don't need to specify.
Having a great time. Alrighty. You want to see mine? With mine, at first I was going to have a witch top half and a robot bottom half, but I thought that's what you would do, and you kind of a little. So I went the other way. So okay, first of all, look at my robot.
Yeah.
Okay. So robot top half, he's got the stick. Okay, and then this is what he's riding.
What is it? Is it a man? Or
Says
is it a
it's
cat?
me, Mayo Man, and it's a
Mayo
naked
Man?
It's a naked old man.
No!
You can see all the wrinkles.
No!
You can see all
Why
the.
have you done this?
You can see all the wrinkles. She's right at the Mayo
This is
Man.
gross.
There's the wrinkles, but
Why are you doing this?
it's the back of his head.
guy?
And I try to put white all over him, but it's a white crayon doesn't really do much. You can't really tell, but you can kind of, you shine in the right light just right. You can see it's like coming off of him. So it's the Mayo Man. And this is going to be somewhere here. So everybody who comes to our house will see the Mayo Man. Anyone who watches these next few episodes will see it. And then I was going to draw like a robot hand like grabbing it. And then I realized I'm not very good at drawing, so it's more of just like a claw, but it's got a little wand and a robot face and little bleeps and bloops and buttons and lights. And that's mine. So
I gotta hand it to you though. The Mayo Man is something else.
the Mayo Man is something else. Okay. So comment below, let us know who drew it best and what should we draw next. Do you like Dan's with the Mayo Man and the robot that's robot witch, that's top half robot, bottom half witch? Or do you like Monica's with
the carrot?
the carrot and
no comments.
and and a laser
the
eye?
carrots.
Comment below, let us know, and once again, please tell us what you think we should draw next.
Cubicle.
Alrighty, so Monica, this has been another fantastic episode of the Danica Daycast.
Cool.
Yes. We've got 2 of these left? 3 of these? I can't even remember.
I don't know.
Till the end of October. I think we got 2 more after this. And then who knows? Maybe we'll do more another day. Maybe we'll never do a podcast together again. And this will be but we'll find out. Unless if we all die. We don't find out.
Stop it. I know Halloween is coming, but nothing's gonna happen.
Okay. Anyway.
You're just afraid of scary movies.
I'm so okay. Real quick, we saw Joker. I like the movie so much more than many people online did. But the whole time in the theater, like I was like, "Is a scary trailer coming?" I don't like going to the movies on Halloween. But okay, that's besides the point. This has been the one and only Danica Daycast, episode 34. Tune in next week, October Tuesday, for the next episode, episode 35. Goodbye.